You know, they say that silence is golden, don't they? Particularly, of course, with couples. And apparently, the silence is deafening over in the land of Montecito. Let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today. Nice to have your company and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Be kind, be good. Remember, we're a friendly group here on this channel. We like heated debate, but we're always polite to each other. And as I often say, if you spell a word or two wrong, chums, don't worry too much. I tell you what I find. Tell me if you're the same. On a flatter keyboard, it's really hard, isn't it? I get told off for using an old sort of chunky keyboard style thing. I just prefer that. You feel like you've got the keys. Is it like the old typewriter feeling? Goodness, I think it is. That's the problem, isn't it? You get used to one thing. The other ones, the buttons just flick off like that. You think, wow, where did that go? Then you can't correct the mistake. I'm glad you're with me. Can this man correct his mistake? Of course, that is Prince Harry. Now, cast your mind back, just under a month maybe ago now, maybe, when Meghan Markle decided to help promote her latest endeavour. I've forgotten which one, if I'm honest. I don't know if it was the Jam or the launch or the Instagram, I don't know. But anyway, she was on Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore, as I pointed out to you, got a massive backlash when, of course, she introduced Meghan as Meghan Sussex. Oh yes. It didn't go down well, that, right? Let me tell you. And what's fascinating again about that is obviously Meghan tried to make that stick as a brand, a little bit like 40 times 40, which was an utter flop, abysmal, sort of idea. But she still pushed ahead, even when people tell her. This is the problem with Meghan. She can't listen to good advice. Now, here's where this gets interesting, because in that conversation, if you remember, she said she was so fortunate because, Drew basically said, you two are so together, I can see that, you love to be together, etc. She wants to get in that Montecito mansion now. Oh yes, the leaky staff member is very, very informative, because apparently, even though Meghan claimed that they took a break for meetings and they had lunch together every day, then they dashed back and said, oh, how's your meeting? Oh, it's brilliant, going brilliantly, yes, etc. Well, it would appear that the meetings aren't going as brilliantly as they used to, even in that, if you remember the Netflix documentary where Harry sat there with his glasses and basically said, is that Beyonce sending it? Oh, Meghan couldn't believe it, Beyonce had sent a text, you know what I mean? Just ridiculous. Well, now maybe he wishes she would send a text to placate the situation. You see, the behind the scenes problem is this. Meghan is carrying on, ploughing on with her own Instagram affair, whether that be pushing a cake out on Mothering Sunday or indeed tipping us off about the forthcoming podcast, and the fact that her jam, which is mass made, because jam's a thing, right? Well, clearly not. It's clearly mass made. And then she's giving you tips on what you can do with that cardboard cutout. Well, according to the source, apparently things are very fraught. You see, she believes that time and time again, just as something's about to hit the pay dirt, as it were, something goes wrong. And this time she's blaming Harry, because she feels, according to that source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, that Harry could have stopped this in its tracks. He did need to get to this point. And we're talking, of course, about Sophie Chanduka and going public and saying all sorts of things. She's got documentation, you name it. It's not looking good. And particularly when you are trying to launch something. Meghan knows in many respects, whether she wants to admit it or not, this is last chance saloon. And the bigger picture is now, how does this reflect? You see, if sales go badly, she's going to blame him, right? There's no two ways about that, right, fellas? But of course, if they go good, she'll just think, well, she didn't need him anyway. He can't win, but apparently, according to that source, who is literally there, the bottom line is that they're not as cosy and working together as you would believe. Meghan is very much off on her own thing and pops back as and when. Harry is very much the stay-at-home house husband who does far more apparently with the children. I'll just leave that there for now. And of course, basically is more than happy to be inside the enclave of the Montecito mansion. Meghan sees herself as a megastar who's literally ready to take on the world and become a billionaire, with or without Harry. And indeed, even if they're not speaking. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.